This little magazine packs a big punch, and we're looking at it in this episode of Airsoftology Reviews. So the big challenge with mid-caps is, well, the lower capacity. That's why they call them mid-caps or big capacity magazines. Usually you're sacrificing BB count to get the lack of rattle when it's full of BBs. Well, Modified Tech with their new XTC lineup of magazines has really changed that bar, and they've released a 190 round mid-cap. The outside's a very flat matte black, or if you choose for the tan, very flat matte tan. It does have texture pretty much where it's going to be exposed from the gun. A couple little small ribs to keep it in line when you line it up in the gun, and then a little rib here on the back. We'll get to that in a second because that is kind of a neat feature on here in and of itself. Moving to the bottom, you do get this really big butt plate. It's got this unique little curve that can work as a little bit of a bipod. Now the plate itself is hard plastic, but it does give you a little bit of a sharp edge here that you can kind of dig into the dirt. And keep in mind, if you do that, you could have some weird seating issues with any magazine. Even with a real gun, you could have those issues, but I do like the fact they added that. Plus, at a quick glance, you can always tell which magazine is yours. Rounding out that plate before we get to some of the other features is a couple little grooves here on the front. While they don't look like much, they're really great. If you have your magazine in your pouch, you can reach down, gives you just a little bit of extra to hold on to, a little like kind of a groove here for your finger to catch, to pull it out and not lose it. Otherwise, this mag is pretty darn slick. Even with the texture on the sides, which is noticeably gone from the front and the rear, it's still pretty smooth. So it's nice to see they added that to the butt plate to give you guys a little bit more under stress and reloads to pull it out of the mag pouch. Now moving back to that little ridge we were talking about here, and even the ridges here, what's interesting is I put this in quite a few guns. I actually put it in a Crytac, a KWA, Classic Army, and a VFC, and in all cases it did fit and lock in, but it was really snug at points, and it was actually a little difficult to get in. But like I said, slam that sucker in, it locked in every single one and was able to feed, which is a beautiful touch because you know how mid caps are kind of picky, even high caps are, depending on the gun. But if it is a little stiff, they intentionally designed it that way because you can file down this ridge or these ridges here to make it fit in the AG of your choice, which is a great, great touch. A lot of magazines say, okay, here's what we're giving you. It's this shape. Deal with it. They intentionally built up this ridge and these over here to give you that additional. For the magazines that have larger mag wells or longer mag wells, this will fit in here perfectly. If it is too snug, a little bit of filing here or here, if you need a little left and right movement, you'll be able to get it fitting perfectly in your gun. And it's actually easy to do because everything's really matte colored. A couple insertions into your gun or removals, you'll see it kind of shine up in the areas you need to sand down. So hit those with a little bit of sandpaper and then you're gonna have it fitting perfectly. Huge kudos to Modified Tech for adding that feature. So if you're looking for a magazine that darn near rivals the capacity of a high cap, I mean, it's close. A real high cap for an M4 is about 300 to 330 rounds. This one's 190, which is, as far as I know, one of the highest capacity mid-cap magazines in the market. Definitely check out Modified Tech's XTC 190 round mid-cap. They come in a 5-pack, and I think you can buy them individually some places, but the 5-pack is definitely the deal. And if you want to learn more, as always, I'll have a link down there in the description below. As always, thanks for tuning in. If you're not currently a subscriber, click on the logo on the bottom right or in the description and you'll always be in the know. Plus, if you like what you saw in this video and want to learn more, I've got a link down there as well. And if you haven't had your airsoft fixed just yet, click on the videos on the right or use the info button at the top of the screen for more. And as the saying goes, everyone has an opinion and I do want to hear yours. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on this video, comment, and share.